Howdy guys, I'm back with more of The Witcher 2, so I need to go find Letho and finish up the game again. Alright, here he is with Triss, who looks like she's not doing very well.
Stop, Iorveth. I'm going alone.
Why?
Yeah.
This is between the two of us. Take care of Triss until I return.
Your choice.
Mine, indeed. There's one more thing you need to know. Nilfgaard's armies have crossed the Yaruga. War is inevitable.
Va fail, Gwynblade. Don't get killed.
You too.
Farewell, Iorveth. If I don't return within the hour, find Saskia and leave without me. Are you all right?
Yes. He saved me from the Nilfgaardians, and defended me from the troops.
It's time to end this. Iorveth's waiting. I'll catch up with you soon.
Geralt, he knows a lot.
I know, Triss. That's why we need to talk.
Don't get killed, Witcher.
I won't.
Don't be so sure. Alright, Triss probably hates me. I didn't lift a finger to try to help her, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Oh, Orange. I thought that was like maybe storage. Alright, quick save. Let's do it. Nice diamond you got there.
Took you a while?
Is that bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
I let her escape.
You're heartless. You've no idea what the Royal Witch Hunters have in store for her. A lot of pain for a long time.
I don't doubt it. So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment.
Me too.
But first, vodka.
Vodka. Not to me. Let me have it. Oh, do I want it? I'm clearly a teetotaler. Nah, I'm good.
I only drink with friends.
Oh, cold.
What about old acquaintances? Eh? Recovered your memory yet?
Most of it.
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life. Couldn't think of a nicer way to pay me back?
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
The winter solstice, 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying. The hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every Witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our Witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
And is that where Geralt became a rider then? They took his soul to make him a rider?
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the Wild Hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
Let's finish this. I chased you for many reasons. Well, let's see if it's any different. I chased you for many reasons.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Okay, so I'm not sure if any of this is actually going to be any different, and I'm gonna listen to it again, and I'm probably just gonna go ahead and listen to it all another time here. But I think I'm going to take it with like a grain of salt because I took everything that he said at face value, and it's hard not to take him as like a simpleton, right? But he's very clever, he's very smart, everyone has always underestimated him, and Cynthia told me not to trust him. So it could be possible that he's spewing a lot of BS, so why did you wait for me?
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me. Well, and a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore. I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it. This story ends here and now.
Is that really the case? I think, maybe, and I gotta think about this in a different way. I'm thinking maybe he knows that he can't stand a chance against Geralt, and maybe if he tries to appeal to Geralt, he can get Geralt to just leave him alone and let him live his rest of his miserable life. Because again, remember, he's not stupid. He isn't stupid. He's not going to sit here and get himself killed for no reason. And if he can get this, he's right about that. Geralt will never stop coming after him, and he knows that he can't beat Geralt, so maybe he's trying to appeal to Geralt. I don't know. Okay, so why did you become an Imperial spy?
How did a Witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago, and Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
Now, I don't know why he would be lying about that necessarily. I mean, people do horrible things, people do horrible things for things that they want, and, you have to think, okay, so what does Letho want? And that seems like what he wants. He wants his school to be rebuilt. That sounds actually reasonable. I don't think there's really been any other indication of him really wanting anything else. There has to be a motivation, right? So rebuilding the school has to be his motivation, unless there's some other motivator that unless he's just one of these people that just enjoys sowing chaos for the sake of it. But I don't know, he's not dumb, right? He's not crazy or stupid or anything. He's intelligent. He's got a motivation and an aim. Okay, so the Riders of the Hunt, you know who they are. Apparently Geralt's one.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every Witcher who wears the Viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the spectral riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the riders?
From what I understand, they're some damn elven race. But they turned out to be a big ruse. The legendary omen of war proved to be a fairground attraction.
No Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something more, I assure you.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres. Know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer.
Mm-hmm.
So, elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern.
So, something that Geralt's keeping to himself there. So, Letho was... He said that the School of the Viper had all this information on the Wild Hunt and then tries to tell me that it's all BS. And of course, you know, Geralt just spilled all the beans right there, so... Did maybe Letho want to be a part of the Wild Hunt? I don't know. I don't... he's maybe got it. I think he's got to have some interest in the Wild Hunt as well for some reason. Other than, I mean, maybe it is all his school. Maybe I'm overthinking it now. All right, so Yennefer, tell me what happened to her.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days, delirious, in agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Serret, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful. No violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me. A simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the Northern Kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north. That's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire.
She was when I left.
It seems like she's still there. I hope that she's got a better personality when I go to meet her, which it seems like overwhelmingly I'm going to go meet her in Witcher 3, and Oh gosh, if she's gonna be a brat, I'm gonna be disappointed. Okay, so then what was it all about? What was the aim?
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the north. Soften it before the invasion. And you know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil.
Worked
No
better.
matter what the war's outcome, the northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come.
Truth.
The north resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
I'm still curious about the assassinations. I need to know the whole picture. Yeah, everything pretty much went swimmingly for Nilfgaard. Everything's very nice and soft right now. So I need to know the whole picture. Yeah, I guess we're back to here. Never mind. Let me see. Let's go back through this. And I'm still curious about the assassinations. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so how did you find Sheila?
How did you manage to contact Sheila?
It wasn't a problem once I learned of the Lodge's existence. Initially, she watched my every move. But sooner or later, everyone starts treating me like a big oaf. I mean, I can't change how I look. I stayed close to Sheila, killed a few beasts for her, and whined about how unhappy I was, how unfair the world was. So much, in fact, that I actually got her gander up a few times. I made sure a few potentially trustworthy witnesses saw us together, could link us. Security in case I was captured. I also prepared to assassinate the King of Kavir. Esterad Tyson was to be the first victim of the mysterious assassins. But before I could do the dirty deed, Sheila asked me to slay Demavend. The gods had smiled upon me. I couldn't believe my luck. Here I've been trying to figure out how to frame Sheila, and now all I needed was to carry out her orders and follow through.
So basically the idea was to kill as many rulers as possible, and she asked him to do it anyway, so it's like, oh, well, that's what I was gonna do anyway, so our goals are the same. Don't think he's fibbing about any of that. I mean, honestly, it's like, Cynthia told me not to trust him, but I don't see why, if he'd have any reason to lie about a lot of this stuff, but I don't know. So, I mean, especially that sounds especially like, that sounds like what happened. So, how'd you learn about the Lodge?
Where'd you get your information about the Lodge?
From the Emperor and Vatir de Rideau, the Emperor's chief spy. And I believe they got it out of Yennefer.
She recovered her memory?
Nah. I'd never claimed she informed on her friends consciously. I expect they found a way to tap into her memory in spite of her amnesia, and without her knowing it. There was a sorcerer present when I was questioned. A young, proud intelligence officer. Whatever the case, they gave me a list of the sorceresses in the Lodge. Only Emir, Vatir, and I were present. Only we knew of the mission.
Okay, well, again, I don't really think that he's twisting that up at all. I mean, I don't see any reason he would, but, you know, I was wondering, why would Yennefer give up this information? Did the Emperor, like, I mean, especially with amnesia, but sounds like the work of magic and stuff. Again, you know, I'm thinking Letho has no reason to lie about any of this, but... So, how did you kill Demavend?
How'd you manage to slay Demavend?
Sheila's magic. I mean, she could give us the king's every move. His habits, the positions of the palace guards, anything. All we had to do was navigate the labyrinth and land the final blow. Besides, she had plenty of gold for the preparations, greased palms abundantly. It had all the makings of a cakewalk, but it's never that easy. We barely avoided our pursuers, and we wouldn't have if not for Iorveth's Scoia'tael, another of Sheila's ideas. With Iorveth's elves, not only did we cut down Demavend, but traveling with them put us out of the Lodge's reach. We could calmly plan Foltests and Henselt's assassinations.
And that's where it got out of hand. The sorceresses started panicking because that's not what they wanted necessarily. Alright, so how did you know Foltest would get to the Solar?
How did you know Foltest would come to the monastery's Solar?
Iorveth and I planned Foltest's murder. The King of Temeria would have to deal with the Lavalette sooner or later, and he made no secret of it. I was sure he'd want to recover his bastard children in the process. And where do they take the children when a castle's under siege? I had to become a monk, but I couldn't just arrive at the monastery and claim I'd seen the light. Not very believable. So one of Arion's patrols out in the forests happened on a Scoia'tael unit torturing a helpless monk. Arion's brave men drove off the elves and I found shelter in the monastery.
No one noticed you had no wounds?
I paid the monk who treated me a lot of orange to stay silent. Actually, it was only a loan, because I killed him later. Only the dead can keep a secret. Then all I had to do was wait for the situation to develop. When I saw you enter the chamber with Foltest, I thought I might fail. Luckily, you failed. To recognize an old friend.
Well, that's exactly how it went down, so I, again, don't see any indication that he's trying to bamboozle me there. He definitely bamboozled me. Big, giant monk. Ugh. Gosh, I still, every single time I hear it and talk about just Foltest's disappointed face. I wish I had it on a poster to remind me of my failures. So, you wanted to take over Iorveth's unit. What was the idea?
When did you decide to get rid of Iorveth?
As soon as I realized I couldn't manipulate him. A true fox, that one. He was so observant, so dangerous. I got the sense he might see through me at any moment.
You made a mistake. You were untouchable as long as the Scoia'tael were protecting you.
Maybe, but with Iorveth, my hands were tied. If I'd finished off Kieran...
But you didn't. And that allowed me to drive a wedge between you and Iorveth. I forced you to flee.
And I let you live. You know I could have killed you.
Uh-huh.
You're forgetting.
No, I remember.
I feel like that's the part that's some BS. I was doing absolutely fine on that fight. Thank you very much. Sheila came to Flotsam looking for you.
So Sheila was looking for you when she came to Flotsam.
Mm-hmm. She thought she was still in control and wanted to get rid of me. I'd bet my eyes that she thought I'd lost my mind, or that Iorveth was manipulating me.
And the North descended deeper into chaos.
Exactly. There was just one problem. You. I could have killed you in the Elven ruins. Thing is, you weren't really my enemy.
Seen again. I feel like that's BS. I don't think he could have killed me, but see that... Man, I think he's just, like I said, I think he knows that he can't take me on. That's why he's talking so big. Remember, he's not an idiot, and I don't think he would say something like that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong or overthinking it. And by the way, you failed to slay Henselt. We all did. He's still walking around out there somewhere.
You screwed up with Henselt.
Yeah.
Sabrina's curse tore that down. First off, we got holed up in that hideout in the ravines. Then Sheila showed up and started watching Henselt like he was her own ass. By that time, his death was no longer necessary. Fate had smiled upon us again. I learned of the summit and the efforts to reconstitute the council and conclave. The ideal setting for the mission's grand finale.
And so then Yennefer and the Wild Hunt. Oh, okay, so... Alright, then let's finish this.
I'm done talking. Let's finish this.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here.
Hey, he said a swig apiece. You left nothing. Nothing! You jerk. Oh, no, but I guess he did. Good guy, Geralt. I would have drank it all to be spiteful, though.
The Imperial army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
Seems to be the case.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
Give it your best shot. Go somewhere far away. Well, again, you know, like I keep saying, Cynthia said I couldn't trust him. Not sure. Maybe, you know, for all I know, maybe he did something to Yennefer, right? I mean, I don't know how much of what he was saying is true. I mean, a lot of it sounded very plausible, and I think a lot of the things that were events in this game were probably true, but the stuff that was kind of outside the events that took place in the game, like stuff dealing with the Wild Hunt and Yennefer, might have been a little BS-y. I don't know. Well, either way, I think, you know, I spared him during my Roche playthrough, and just for the sake of doing something different, I'm gonna give him a smackdown. But I think, honestly, if I were just playing through this again, it would be kind of, you know, a hard choice. I'd still lean more on the go somewhere far away, because I get bamboozled easily, but I think I would be a bit more inclined to fight him just because of what Cynthia said, so... let's have at it. Give it your best shot.
Time to fight. Ready?
This is gonna be
As
on my
I'll
list.
ever be.
Alright, let me get... can I drink some potions first?
You
No.
fear death.
Oh gosh. Oh.
What does it feel like to be almost?
Oh, he's got... oh.
Said fight.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm in over my head here. I don't know if I... oh gosh, I don't know if I can handle this guy. He's yeah, I may not be able to actually beat this guy. I didn't do like any side quests. I think I leveled up like a bozo. I'm just gonna keep spamming my buttons here. This actually, I've got him like in a corner
Wolf
here.
has teeth.
Yeah, I'm just
And they're sharp.
yeah, I'm just
I'm better. I can tell already.
I'm just gonna keep him
You
in this
tire quickly.
corner because
You're talking.
I don't want to lose.
I don't want to kill you.
I'll kill you.
Oh my gosh, I
You're
don't.
nowhere near my level.
I don't care if this is cheesing it. I'll cheese it. All right, Letho. Woo! What a pushover. I think that was easy because I got him in the wall there, and he couldn't really fight back. I was just like in a fighting game when you have someone in a corner, you just keep like, ooh, Matrixy. Oh come on, that's not what happened. Not again! I was winning! This game's... don't you take my win from me. Don't you take my win from me. Ooh, smooth. Oh, disarmed him. Oh, bummer, big guy. Did he even feel that? I think he felt that one, yeah. It's somehow more badass with a chicken beak, isn't it? Oh gosh. Reaching out like that. Well, gosh. I know I cheesed it really hard, but I kind of feel bad for the guy. Oh, I don't know if that was... I don't know how I feel. I don't feel good, I think. But At least my name's cleared, I guess. I don't think Iorveth would have let me walk out of here without defeating Letho, though. Iorveth definitely had a score to settle with him, too. Wasn't there a body hanging above this door? Did one of you guys take it down? Oh yeah, this part again where he sees the ladybug. Just like the other ending or whatever. Except this time I've got a chicken nose thing. Gosh, again, the music in this game, so cool. Alright, guys. Who wants to go to the south with me? What's Iorveth going to do now? What's Henselt going to do now, since Henselt didn't die in this one? Kind of interesting. Not sure if that really would have any implications in the next game or not. Avenger.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. Along the way, he had met both the righteous and scoundrels. Bernard Laredo amongst the latter.
Yep.
Laredo sold flotsam to Kedwin and scattered the local non-humans to the four winds.
Definitely felt better cutting down.
Flotsam became a military base. Its civilian population was resettled.
Really?
In Edirn, the Witcher witnessed Saskia the Dragonslayer achieve a great victory. The Pontar Valley, previously Upper Edirn, became a promised land for outcasts who dared dream of freedom.
Nice.
Even sly old Zoltan Chive came to believe in this land of bliss. Yet dark times approached for the architects of the New Order. Dark clouds had been gathering over Temeria since Foltest's death. Stripped of its king, the land was like a rich cloth which nobles began to shred. These minor scavengers, however, scurried off in fear when true predators reached out for their prize. The summit at Loch Muin sealed the fate of Foltest's realm, when Radovid of Redania and Henselt of Kedwin divided it between them.
Ugh. I think
a tempest descended on the north, at least partly the work of manipulative mages. It seemed the turmoil in Temeria, Edirn, and Kedwin would benefit them most. Common folk turned against sorceresses and all magic freaks, witchers included.
Oh no.
Castles that had hitherto welcomed mavens of the magic arts now shut their gates to any who sought shelter there.
Oh no.
A witch hunt ensued. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the days seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I am not gonna go through the credits again. Don't think there's a way I can go through, like, speed through this or anything. I can hit the escape button. Okay, there we go. All right, so I guess I don't have to watch all the credits. The poor little bunny again. This goofy little cutscene here at the end. Gosh, I think I liked the Roche ending more, but gosh, I'm actually not sure. I hate seeing Henselt so alive, and knowing poor Temeria got divided between Radovid and Henselt, just, ugh. I don't really know if I don't really know. Poor Temeria just seemed like it got the worst of all of this. I don't know. Radovid seemed like, I don't know, he seemed a lot more evil in this, from this perspective too, like tearing out Philippa's eyes. My gosh. He's definitely a little bit unhinged, maybe. So I'm thinking Witcher 3, we're going to be seeing lots of warfare here with Nilfgaardians storming the north, but I think Geralt and I guess Triss will be in the south looking for Yennefer. Here we go, the Nilfgaardians with their white sun on their armor, just running this guy down, don't even care. My gosh. But yeah, I've really been looking forward to playing Witcher 3 since I've started playing the first Witcher, just because so many people have told me how great it is. And you know, it seems like I'm going to be, I've started listening to the audiobooks, and it seems like the best thing to do is to finish those up before beginning The Witcher 3. So, I'll be finishing those up before I jump into Witcher 3. Hopefully it won't take me too long. Witcher 3 is going to take me forever to get through. My goodness. Nilfgaard is not pulling any punches for the northern invasion, and they're just swallowing everything up whole. Doesn't matter who sold Flotsam to who, because the north is coming. Doesn't matter how much Temeria was divided, because Nilfgaardians are coming. The world as we know it nears an end, yet the past remains the key to the future. Oh my gosh, so I'm finally done with The Witcher 2 all the way, both routes. I know there's still like more to see, but I am done with Witcher 2. It feels great. I love that feeling after you finish a game, finish a book, that feeling of conquering it. Oh, it feels good. So I definitely like the Roche path more for the most part. I feel like the endings were a little bit I mean, like, the ultimate ending still kind of sucks, but because it's like, well, Nilfgaard's still coming no matter what. But I don't know, I feel like maybe things were resolved a little bit better. I don't know, the highlight of the Iorveth route was, of course, getting to go into Vergen and helping out the non-humans. I felt really good about like chapter 2 of the Iorveth path. I didn't really like working with Iorveth, like Saskia said, he's like a terrorist, right? And well, I didn't get to kill Hinseld, that sucked, and I didn't get to help out Roche. In fact, I didn't really get to find out anything at all about him after, you know, after a certain point, really. So it was interesting. I did like it. I definitely liked chapter 2, but, you know, I feel like the Roche playthrough was definitely my preferred route, because I got to deal with Laredo, I got to kill Hinseld, and, I don't know, I mean, I don't know. Not getting to help Saskia kind of sucked, though. I don't know. It's very much a game where you've got to play through both sides, and I see why now. But I do consider my Roche playthrough like my main playthrough or whatever. So I'm guessing there's going to be like some degree of like save import for Witcher 3. So I'll probably just use my Roche. I'll definitely use my Roche save, but if it matters, it may not. I don't know. Alright, well, it has been a wonderful ride through The Witcher 2. I loved it. I loved both routes. It was cool seeing both sides of the coin, but ultimately do think I preferred the Roche path. Alright guys, well, I will finish up the books, and I will see you in The Witcher 3, hopefully soon. Thank you guys for sticking out The Witcher 2 with me, and like I said, I'll see you soon. Bye for now!